Alright, hey guys, my name is Zegs, and today I'll be teaching you guys how to play solans. I've had this account for like 6 months, but, um, I casual player, I don't really take the game that seriously, so basically this is just an excuse for the fact that I do not like playing in real game. Ganked a few times, but went sour most of the time, but I know how to play the class because of, 6 months of playing it, so, yeah, so this doesn't mean that I haven't understood how to play the class because I know how the combos work, I've done them in real game, that accounts for anything, yeah. So, I'm gonna start by going over the basic moves of Sigil. So, basically, the most important was you have your charges, like Thunder, which I'll test on my alt right here. No, jeez. So that's it, like approximately right here. So I'm pretty sure what Thunder does is it takes the base damage of your sword and adds 1 to it. So, and it also stuns them. So if they're blocking, if you start hitting them, they cannot block midway through. No, like unless it's like extremely laggy, they won't be able to block it. Okay, and the next charge is Flame Charge. It obviously it's just the normal sword. It sets them on fire. Basic sword damage plus fire. It also scares away shriekers, so if someone spawns shriekers on you, just take out flame charge. It's actually very useful. Next charge is ice charge, and here. Okay, so now that my alt is back in, it's disconnected because the Windows app version is just dog. The next charge I'm going to go over is Ice Charge, which is just basically the same thing as the normal charge, but it has a very, very cool effect, which is every hit, it slows down your So, I'm slow right now, yeah? And then I'll heal and I'll do it again. Make sure I make 3 combos. Your opponent literally cannot move. Yeah, see that? I'm trying to press W and it barely moves. So, it's a pretty useful move, especially like if you ragdoll them and you ice charge, action surge. Alright, next move, which is White Flame Charge. It's basically Flame Charge, but alright, I had to do something. Oh, anyway. White Flame Charge is basically Flame Charge on crack. It does not repel shriekers, and it's just, people say it does more damage depending on how chaotic you are, but you'll see later that it's not the charge itself. Actually, let me test that. So if that right there, I'll test the flame charge. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. White flame charge might do a little bit more damage, makes sense, but yeah. So next move is hyper body. You want to use this. It's pretty bad in PS, but in real game it lasts a lot longer. It makes you hit faster, just like slightly faster right now, and I'm pretty sure it does makes you more damage and it makes you faster. Okay, next move is Charged Blow, which is one of the most versatile moves in this entire game. It's so incredibly, versatile. You can do everything with it. Thunder Charged Blow is just flash forward. It's a great combo starter, and it does quite a little bit of damage. Alright, next Charged Blow is Flame Charge. It hits your enemy, sets them on fire, and ragdolls them, and does also a fair amount of damage. Yeah. It's really good for ragdoll combos because it's weird, the hitbox is funky, so if you just hit them while they're still ragdolled, they still get ragdolled again and set on fire. Next is Ice Charge. That move is basically unblockable. It does a fair amount of damage, it's okay. But it's unblockable unless your enemy uses the wooden chair, which completely negates it for some reason. It's fine, considering you literally can't block it any other way except for, Tempest Soul. Next one, probably the most damaging charge blow, is White Flame Charge blow. You open a horizontal portal, and it launches out these orbs that do damage based on how chaotic you are. So this is a PS, so it probably doesn't matter much, but yeah, it does quite a bit of damage, and if your enemy is a vamp, oh my god, and you hit a bunch of orbs, they're basically dead. Yeah, so you can use all 4 of these little charged blows to combo. And just to point out, these charged blows have their independent cooldowns, and not like the move charged blow doesn't have a cooldown. It's the charges that have cooldowns with their charged blow. My alt disconnected again for some reason. I have no idea why. I have to retype in that entire code. Oh my god. Oh wait, I didn't go over these moves yet. Alright, Action Surge. Very, very useful move. Does a lot of damage. It's, you know, you've probably seen it in use. It's a base class move. You use it, and yeah, you can just Action Surge and do an immense amount of damage in just like literally just a fraction of a second. It's crazy. Alright, yeah, next move, I'd say, oh wait, here, I have this in my notes. Technically, if I did the math correctly, a Thunder Charge Action Surge should do around 96, because it's like 6 times 15, which is like, actually no, it's 6 times 16, which is, yeah, 96. Might not be true in real game, I don't know, probably not in PSs either. Next move is Pommel Strike, funny little move, I love using this move, and I'm sure everyone who's a vamp especially does. It's pretty simple, you just smack them with the hilt of your sword, and they go back. If you're a vamp, they go flying. It's, by itself, it's just a funny little move, just for trolling, but I'm pretty sure you can use it mid-combo. I've never really bothered to learn how to do that, because it just seems kind of pointless to me, but it's really up to you. Oh shoot, I should have put this in the move thing. I guess I'll then edit that in later. Counter. What an extremely useful move. That some people just, I don't know, they don't use it. The amount of like, just, it's such a nice move because of how busted, and it needs to get reworked. Yeah, I agree with that. The way it works right now is it's kind of weird. It multiplies the damage of your sword by how many hits the moves that you countered had. So when you counter lethality, that's just an absurd amount of damage because you countered like 9 hits and multiply that by the damage of like solans. I think it's by like, the damage of your sword. And it also, I'm pretty sure it reflects enchants too, so if you counter a shinobi's lethality when they're in res and they're a vamp, oh, they're dead because they get fire procced. It's a wonderful move. It can help you get out of combos, but sometimes if you miss it, you're just gonna keep getting comboed, especially if it's a faceless. Oh, jeez, that hurt. And if you counter a Shadow Fan, they're dead because it's a lot of damage. Sigil is actually a very basic class to combo with, and ah my god, bro. You know what? I'm just gonna get my laptop. I'm sick of it. So while I reconnect my alt, I guess I'll go over the ganking tips because there's a lot of stuff you want to know about ganking as a Sigil. Is that Sigil is it's a squishy class. I mean, it's not squishy at all, never mind what am I saying, but the mobility that it has is like minuscule, bro. It's so little, and that really holds you back sometimes because you're forced to resort to Snap Gyarados and Vamp to move around. And in a gank, usually when you encounter someone in a gank, you're gonna just have to take the L, or don't win if you're just goated, you know? Because the thing with Sigils is, yeah, they're not mobile. They have a lot of trouble in gank sometimes, especially in high ping, or maybe if you're just unlucky and you can't land that Thunder Charge blow, you gotta just rely on charge blows, spam, and like Tomo spam. So yeah, that's kind of what holds back Sigil a little bit. But if you land the combos correctly, they do a whole lot of damage, which is always fun. And yeah, it deals with vamps pretty well too. Just overall stuff like that makes it kind of good, but it's sometimes not as good as people say it is. I guess I'll also go over another thing. Tomeless. You really want to have Tomeless. Tomeless is very, very useful. If you're a non-vamp, Taurum is great. Yeah, it kills vamps, like it murders them. But just keep in mind that it does not break block, it only pierces through block. So if they're blocking and they're just mad lads, they can just keep blocking and you'll have to M2 to break their block. Okay, so now that I have my alt, and it's actually more reliable now since it's on my laptop. I'm gonna do some combos. The easiest combo to pull off as a sigil is this one. Thunder Charge Blow. Charge, and yeah, just like that. And it does a lot of damage. Like, I'm on my laptop, so I can't really show it. But yeah, my all is basically one tap right now. And yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on how chaotic you are, and if you're a vamp or not. If I was a vamp, I'd be dead on my all. But yeah, that's the easiest, the most basic, and the most brain-dead combo that Sigil has to offer. Alright, so, a funny one. A pretty good one, actually. And, like, this is more when you get more advanced into learning how to play Sigil. You action surge, flame charge, and that works if you hit a few times before, as well. I'll demonstrate it once my cooldowns wear off. Yeah, my all is once again just one tap. And this is a PS2, so in real game I'd probably be dead. Alright. Back on the stage. One of the most, like, damaging combos that you can do, if you're extremely lucky, and you can just attack them without using your charge blow, like, jump up behind them. Great thing to do is to hit the time, action surge, wait like a few seconds, like not even a few seconds, just a bit. Okay, the orbs didn't hit my ult, but if they did, I would have been dead, because that whole combo left me like 25%, plus poison proc. Yeah. So, also, one thing I feel like some people don't realize, especially like sigils, like experienced sigils, they don't see how flame charge action surging them when they're ragdolled isn't really effective. Because when you action surge them, here, I'll just do a normal combo, right? That combo brought me to, you know, about the end of my, what's it called, temperature bar. Now here's what happens when I action surge them. It brings me down there too, but there's less of a fire proc because of the less time that you're, you know, comboing them. If you combo them with a flame charge, like normally, they're gonna take more damage than if you action surge them, because when you normally combo, you're gonna proc fire immediately and they'll take damage throughout the entire combo. But if you action surge them, they're not gonna take as much. So for me, it's more of a thing that I like to action surge. That brought me down to the middle of my temp bar. That's even more than what both of the flame charges did. Literally the middle of my temp bar. Alright, and ice charge blow as well. So, I'm just gonna say that my... Yeah, I hope it's back. I hope my action surge is back. Ragdoll. Just action surge with ice. And look at that. See how I'm very slow? Very, very useful thing to do. Especially if you're fighting a mobile, semi-mobile. Actually, if you're fighting a mobile class, just keep in mind that that bug still exists. Where if they're slowed, they dash like extreme distances. So just keep that in mind. That might actually just be a PS thing, but you know. Okay, so those are the basic combos. You can do a lot with Sigil as well. And here, let me just try a unique little combo. Next, I'm gonna go with ragdoll comboing. Sigil is very good with ragdoll combos, because when you ragdoll them, you have look like 1, 2, 3, and even thunder charge blow can work if you time it correctly. Just say example. Okay, this won't work if you're not a cast because respirator. I'll actually explain that at the end, but just watch. Ragdoll again. That. I don't know, you can just do whatever you want. Okay, well, they got out of range, but... Here, I'm gonna do a better example. Yeah. Alright. Flat ground. Move my ult to flat ground where I can't knock it off. Okay, so, say I just Tomos them, right? Run over to do that. Normally, you just do it fast. I'm just bad at this game. That normally ragdolls, don't worry about it. It's do that. Okay, well, my ult is gonna die to the flames, but then you can just action surge them. Oh, shoot. Alright, you you get the point. It's extremely versatile with the ragdolls and everything. It's great, just amazing. Seriously, one of the best classes for ragdoll combos. All right. One thing to look out for: Onis. Do not fight Onis as a sigil, especially a Fisher and Oni. If you see a Fisher and Oni with like Lannis and Tomeless, oh my god, you're dead. Because you can't. It's like all these moves, they can just get completely negated by iPhone. They can just demon step through that and boom, nothing. And you know, yeah, it's just Oni's just dog on sigils. It's like the ultimate counter to sigil. And if you're a sigil, look out for that. And yeah, mages too. But mages, actually no, mages can be dealt with pretty well by sigils because lightning charge blow goes through mana shield, which is kind of busted, not gonna lie, but it's very useful. A lot of races are good for sigil solans. I'd say the best ones are probably Morbid and Fisher and then Construct, because Construct you get a res, Morbid you get Flock, and Fisher you get dodges that automatically regenerate. You won't say the Zin because you can just run from the Zin. Okay, so my video is kind of lame. I just kind of like hastily edited it, and I just realized that my voice was louder than the gameplay was louder than my voice, so it wasn't the best video for like a first actual commentary video, but I hope it was okay. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope I taught something new. And thanks for watching. Yeah, bye.